Hello there, Sir from 17 once again, introducing you to my Rage Nightmare difficulty video walkthrough. This is mission 22, and we're destroying the Authority Bridge. This is the second to last mission of the guide, and for all intents and purposes this is just literally filler before the end. Because we're going to be driving to an area that we've not been able to get to before. We'll be taking on some authority, there'll be a couple of dropships, and then we'll destroy something and we'll drive all the way back, and then the final mission will beckon. And the only real threat that you're going to face in this section are the vehicles that attack you, the stupid bandits along the way, because they will now have probably leveled up to level 4 cars, and they will kill you very quickly if you're not careful. Everything else is a cakewalk, but just be careful if you've not been focusing too much time on your vehicle. You could be vulnerable to the dudes that will assail you on the way. But the topic of the hour is going to be Batman Arkham City, because I have literally minutes ago just beaten it for my first time. It was a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be, but I think that's down to the fact I didn't do any of the side missions because I was trying to focus on just beating the game, because I need to do the guide as quick as possible, and the guide is not going to have any side missions in it or anything like that. It's not going to have Catwoman in it. I've decided that straight away because they were easily the weakest parts of the game for me. I really did not enjoy playing as her. She didn't have any gadgets, she was a pain in the ass to navigate Arkham City with. She was just a bad character in my eyes, and the storylines that she followed and the certain moments that she interwove with Batman's sequences were kind of cool, but you got used to playing as Batman, and Batman is a really capable guy, so then when they put you in fucking Catwoman's shoes and she's nowhere near as adept as what he is, it just becomes a little bit stupid. And I didn't have a lot of fun, so I'm not going to be doing that in my guide. That is confirmed. And earlier on in these series of videos, I mentioned that there was no hard difficulty on Arkham City because a subscriber of mine had mentioned it to me, and it turned out that he'd been misinformed. There is a hard difficulty, but there is not an achievement for beating it on it. So that kind of sucks, because in my experience of making guides, people will take the easiest route through anything, and the easier a game is, the less likely it is to get any kind of activity or views, which does suck because I was looking forward to making it, and I still am, but I know it's not going to be nowhere near as popular as, say, the Gears of War one. Mainly because the game is on hard, on a fresh playthrough. It ain't that challenging, truth be told. There's a couple of sections that will test your fighting. A couple examples of those are there's the one fight where you take on Joker and a bunch of dudes, and the guys with the one arms and one of the Titan dudes. That is probably one of the hardest fights in the game, purely because there's a lot of enemies, and a few of them have shields, a few of them have knives, and I still haven't figured out how to counter the knives because it's just a confusing on-screen prompt. And it's a pretty challenging fight, but it's nowhere near as difficult as it could have been, and if you get good at the fighting you won't have any hassles with it. For instance, I died 3 times on it, so to me that's not very challenging, but that is the most challenging fight in the game. The other dangerous and challenging areas for me personally were the areas where you take on a lot of snipers or a lot of dudes with guns, because on hard you will get killed in 2 bursts, and everybody has perfect aim, which is a real pain in the ass. And then there's one moment before the very end of the game, which I didn't realise was going to be the end until it came. You have to get to a theatre to confront the Joker, and there's about 10 snipers aiming at the front of this place, and if any of them kill you, which they will do in 2 shots very quickly, you will respawn all the way on the other side of town and have to swing all the way back there, try and kill them, die, repeat, and I died about 7 or 8 times there, and that really pissed me off. And it just seems kind of cheap that they throw that many bullshit enemies with perfect aim at you, and there's no way to even feasibly approach them, because you can't knock them off the roofs, although you think you'd be able to. There's always an invisible wall every time you try and do it, and one of the best ways of doing it is using the back claw, which no longer gets upgraded to the triple back claw, which is absolutely bullshit if you ask me, because I used to use that all the time to kill people really easily, but now they dodge it like phenoms. They're just a general nuisance. But once you've come up here and you've planted all those charges like you've seen me just do, you'll notice I've got my rocket launcher on. The reason I have done this is because right there is a dude. He's always there, and this guy killed me, so I had to come all the way back to this tower and destroy the Authority once again. So make sure you save any before you come onto this platform, because if he kills you like he did me, you're going to be one frustrated dude, because I know I was. And it's kind of ironic that the game can't kill you, but the bullshit in the game can, and that's something that always sucks. But Once you've done that, all you need to do is boost all your way back to where you came, go back up to Mr. Eye Patch and Mr. Bad Tattoo, and he will give you probably the best weapon on the game, which is a pulse, I think, chain gun or pulse auto cannon or something like that. It's very powerful, it comes with an abundance of ammo, and it makes the final level, which will follow this video, exceptionally easy, so do not worry whatsoever. That shit's dead simple. And try not to get stuck on the openings of the doors like I just did then, because, you know, shit does happen. And there you go. But yeah, Arkham City, I don't know what it is about the game, but I'm not disappointed because the game is fantastic. There's some super tight areas, but I do think the focus on the open world environment has definitely made it feel less of a concise narrative as the last game did. And I don't know if that's because the environment was smaller so they could funnel you a lot easier, but it just seemed to, I don't know, it seemed to escalate much more importantly to me. I don't know. I'll have to tell you how I feel once I've been able to look back retrospectively. But right now, it's a fantastic game that did its thing, and I don't know, it's good. It's really good. Kind of lost for words. I'm a little bit pissed off about the Catwoman stuff because I really wanted it to be good. Robin shows up almost randomly for no reason. It's just kind of like, oh yeah, Alfred said I should turn up. Batman's like, don't need you, fuck off, get out. And you never see him again, which is kind of weird. And the plot seems to focus around one element that seems to get stretched out a lot, and I didn't expect it to, which involves Batman getting poisoned. And I guess I just imagined the storyline would move a little bit more than it did, but don't let me put you off, don't let this negativity fuse through to you. It is a fantastic game. I just have, you know, a couple of gripes is all. But this is the dude with the bad tattoo and the eye patch. This is the case that's filled with the weapon that we're now going to be using from now on. This is also a lovely little reference to old Doom games, because there are an ammunition type for this weapon called the BFG round. It's not quite as good as the BFG was on Doom, but it's pretty damn destructive. So get used to using this gun. It's easy. It's easy mode engaged when you put this beast on. And if you buy a ton of rockets, you will have no trouble with the final area of the game, because all it's going to be is a ton of the mutants that rush you, a couple of the Authority guards, and a really anticlimactic end. So without further ado, thanks for watching, guys. I hope the videos and their guide helped. I'll see you in the finale. You take care now.